first pinning and award ceremony. And I'll go ahead and warn you, I'm crying already. So it might be a long night. I thought, no, I can keep it together. And the minute we started walking in, I was like, it's too late. So I'm Dr. Melissa Sweetman, and I have had the incredible privilege of serving as the founding program director and an associate professor. 5 years ago, when I was tasked with developing this program, including writing the curriculum, creating programmatic policies and procedures, hiring the faculty and staff, recruiting and admitting students, fulfilling initial accreditation requirements, and educating the greater campus community on the profession of occupational therapy, I'm not going to lie, I had a few moments of panic. Imposter syndrome set in right away, and I thought, did I get myself into something that I'm not going to be able to handle? But once I commit to something, I'm going to put 100% effort into it, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I do everything to the best of my ability. So I had to pick a place to start. I decided to start with thinking about what is the ideal occupational therapist? Who do we want to create as we are delivering this curriculum? So I thought about what are the values that an ideal occupational therapist has? What are the knowledge, skills, and characteristics of the ideal OT? What values guide their practice? How would the ideal OT propel our profession forward and solidify our identity as an inclusive profession that maximizes health, well-being, and quality of life for all people, populations, and communities? What can we do to ensure that no one ever has to say to us, what is occupational therapy? I've never heard of that before. After reflecting on these questions, students know how I love to reflect. I thought my ideal OT would be a highly skilled practitioner who demonstrates excellent critical thinking skills, uses evidence to support their practice, embraces their role as a servant leader, and recognizes that while our profession currently lacks diversity, our job is to promote occupational performance for all human beings, regardless of race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or culture. OTs are famous for being highly creative, master problem solvers, and achieve incredible outcomes with our clients. But we are pretty humble about it, and often don't share what we do or share what we know with the greater audience. I believe that the ideal OT is one who will feel confident sharing their expertise, their experiences, and will contribute to our profession's body of knowledge through acts of scholarship. And lastly, I believe that the ideal OT is one who is able to confidently and clearly articulate our distinct value to not only the healthcare team, but also to society as a whole. It was with these beliefs in mind that I set out to develop a curriculum that over the course of 3 years would develop a group of ideal OTs. And here they are. Let me introduce you to the 32 amazing women. They're all women. When they entered the program 3 years ago, they averaged 22 and a half years old. They hailed from 15 states across the country and had an average GPA of 3.47. 42% of them have either a major or minor in psychology, and 28% of them have either a major or minor in exercise science. Over the course of the last 3 years, together, they have logged over 300 service hours, and I know many of them just didn't turn in their logs. I know there are more than that. 53% of them already have a peer-reviewed publication or presentation on the national or international scale. And they finished with a cumulative GPA of 3.916. Occupational Therapy Advocates for Diversity, or have been a therapist for more than 40 years, try to learn something new every single day and use what you learn to make yourself a better practitioner. 2, share what you know. We have focused a lot on scholarship in this program, and you have demonstrated very clearly that you are ready. You have the skills to create and deliver in-services, to develop and implement new programs, to write and publish peer-reviewed and non-peer-reviewed manuscripts, to create and present professional posters, to present at local, regional, or national conferences, and use social media platforms to share important and helpful content with others. Share the knowledge and skills that you have with others so that you can help increase our profession's body of knowledge, help other clinicians achieve positive outcomes with their clients, and bring greater recognition to the profession of occupational therapy. 3, embrace your leadership potential. You knew I was going to say that, right? You have heard me preach this many times before, but I really, really want you to remember that every single one of you is a leader. In a few short weeks, you will be leading your clients through the rehabilitation process every single day. Beyond that core responsibility, remember the value of emergent leadership as a member of a team. Even without a titled position, you can model the way for others, you can inspire a shared vision, you can challenge the process, you can enable others to act, and you can encourage the heart. I also encourage you to explore opportunities to lead in a more formal manner when the time is right. Volunteer for a position on your state OT Association's board. Accept the job as a rehab manager. Who knows, maybe one day you'll be offered the opportunity to be a founding program director of a brand new academic program. Leadership opportunities can be scary, but you have the skills. Rely on what you know, what you can learn, and your mentors. But don't let fear turn you away. Remember the words that were written by poet Eric Hansen, "What if I fall? But oh my darling, what if you fly?" Lastly, stay in love with occupation. Remember back in your very first class, first semester, when we talked about the history and philosophy of occupational therapy, and we talked about how important occupation is to human beings? Never forget the value of meaningful occupation. Never forget the value and the impact they have on an individual's health and well-being and their personal identity. Remember that you are changing lives on a daily basis when you help a client regain the ability to do what is most important to them, changing lives. So I'd like to formally welcome you into the best profession in the world. Go out there and make a difference. Never pass up an opportunity to describe to someone what occupational therapy is. and just make a difference in the lives of other people. So, now I'm honored to present the president of Wingate University, Dr. Rhett Brown.
Congratulations to our inaugural cohort of occupational therapists. Well done. This is not only a milestone moment in your career, but a significant part of Wingate's history. Our school is 126 years old, so there aren't many people who can say they were part of a first here, but you can. Being a trailblazer is never without unexpected challenges, but you've cleared the way for all who will come after, and we are most appreciative. Today is the fruition of work that was years in the making. In 2017, Dr. Melissa Sweetman was hired, and as she said, tasked with building Wingate's OTD program. With you all in mind, of course. We just didn't know who you were yet. Looking back at one of her first interviews for Wingate Today, our alumni magazine, Until 2016, I didn't really know what occupation actually do. But early that year, my mom was hospitalized with cancer that had ravaged her body and severely deteriorated her pelvis. She was in excruciating pain. And for the weeks, months she was in the hospital, each day there was one bright spot: the visit by an OT. Not only did they help her with the basic aspects of maintaining her humanity and her dignity, but they also were the only healthcare providers who relieved her pain without the assistance of pharmaceuticals. I will not soon forget the joy on her face and the relief on mine, because I was her primary caregiver when healthcare employees were not in the room, when an OT simply showed her how to hook her left foot under the right leg she had trouble moving to lift it into the hospital bed as painlessly as possible. But more important than the physical assistance the OTs provided her was the compassion, concern, and care each provider demonstrated to her. Your profession simply made her feel better. I've practiced this a lot. And I am deeply, deeply grateful. As you go out into the world, set the bar high for those who come after you. Be the example that employers compare other applicants to, other OTs to. Leave an impression, as I know you will, one that is so remarkable and honors the professors and the family and the friends who have supported you along the way. Make us proud, keep in touch, best of luck, and thanks for meeting me this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. I didn't expect to cry during your speech, too. So now it's time for the presentation of honor cords and pins. Today, we will be presenting gold cords to signify the student is graduating with honors, green cords to signify that the student was a board member for the Student Occupational Therapy Association, which we call SOTA, and blue, black, and white cords to signify that the student was a member of the Coalition of Occupational Therapy Advocates for Diversity, which we call COTAD. We are also presenting students with a pin specially designed for our program to signify the completion of the educational requirements necessary for a career as an occupational therapist. So students, as I call your name, just please come to the stage. I'd like to invite Dr. Stacy Kaplan to the stage to present the cords and pins to her advisees. And I know that these students are not officially doctors until tomorrow when President Brown confers their degrees, but we couldn't resist using the title tonight. So, first, I would like to invite Dr. Savannah Inge to the stage. Savannah is graduating summa cum laude. At last night's capstone dissemination event, Savannah received an outstanding poster recognition. Dr. Laura Cook. Laura is graduating magna cum laude and was the fundraising chairperson for SOTA. Wait a minute. I don't know how to work the. Oh, Dr. Olivia Hadley. Olivia is graduating summa cum laude and was a member of COTAD. Dr. Jessica Judy is graduating summa cum laude, and she served as the vice president of SOTA. While in the program, Jess published a peer-reviewed manuscript titled Psychosocial Impact of COVID-19 on Female Youth Competitive Cheerleaders in the Sport Journal. Dr. Elisa Lee. Elisa is graduating cum laude and was a SOTA board member serving as the founding co-chairperson of COTAD. While in the program, Elisa published a peer-reviewed manuscript titled The Impact of Chronic Conditions on Leisure Participation Among Community-Dwelling Older Adults in the Physical and Occupational Therapy and Geriatrics Journal. Now I would like to invite Dr. Reethi Douglas to the stage. Dr. Ashley Allen. Ashley is graduating summa cum laude. While in the program, Ashley published a peer-reviewed manuscript in the Journal of Occupational Therapy, Schools, and Early Intervention titled Occupational Therapists Tackling Childhood Obesity with School-Wide Programs. And I'll have to say, that was an assignment that she did in a writing class that I taught, and she published that all by herself. She has another one. She also published Psychosocial Impact of COVID-19 on Female Youth Competitive Cheerleaders in the Sport Journal. Dr. Sarah Hupp. Sarah is graduating magna cum laude and was a member of COTAD. At last night's capstone dissemination event, Sarah received an outstanding poster recognition. While in the program, Sarah presented her research titled The Lived Experiences of Health Science Graduate Students with Anxiety and Depression at the National AOTA Education Summit as a peer-reviewed research platform. Dr. Rachel Keene. Rachel is graduating summa cum laude and served as the treasurer of both SOTA and COTAD. Rachel also had the prestigious honor of being selected to attend the American Occupational Therapy Foundation's Institute for Future Scientists in Occupational Therapy. Dr. Madison Colatello. Madison is graduating summa cum laude. Dr. Janelle Murgowski. Janelle is graduating summa cum laude. While in the program, Janelle published a peer-reviewed manuscript titled Psychosocial Impact of COVID-19 on Female Youth Competitive Cheerleaders in the Sport Journal. Dr. Leah Ronner. Leah is graduating summa cum laude and served on the SOTA board as the Evidence-Based Practice and Scholarship Chairperson. She was also a member of COTAD. And I also have to say that Leah is the capstone student that got our free student-run clinic started. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Daniela Hauser and Mrs. Eileen Miller to the stage. Our next graduate is the daughter of an occupational therapist. And this is going to make me cry because I'm the mother of 2 occupational therapists. We are so pleased to have her mom present her cords and pen. Dr. Dana Miller. Dana is graduating summa cum laude and served on the SOTA board as the AOTA Assembly of Student Delegates representative. She was also a member of COTAD. The advisor has to have the hug too. Dr. Catherine Danella. Catherine is graduating summa cum laude and served on the SOTA board as the historian and social media chairperson. She was also a member of COTAD. While in the program, Kat presented her research titled The Lived Experiences of Health Science Graduate Students with Anxiety and Depression at the National AOTA Education Summit as a peer-reviewed research platform. Dr. Malia Higgins. Malia is graduating magna cum laude, served on the COTAD board as secretary. While in the program, Malia published a peer-reviewed manuscript titled The Impact of Chronic Conditions on Leisure Participation Among Community-Dwelling Older Adults in Physical and Occupational Therapy and Geriatrics Journal. Dr. Lauren Mook. Lauren is graduating magna cum laude. At last night's capstone dissemination event, Lauren received an outstanding poster recognition. Dr. Melanie Smith. Melanie is graduating summa cum laude. While in the program, Melanie published a peer-reviewed manuscript in the Open Journal of Occupational Therapy titled Occupational Therapy's Role in the Foster Care System, which was also an assignment she completed in my writing class and published independently. She also published a manuscript titled The Impact of Chronic Conditions on Leisure Participation Among Community-Dwelling Older Adults in Physical and Occupational Therapy and Geriatrics Journal. Now I would like to invite Dr. Wynette Sinclair to the stage. Dr. Catherine Ackerman. Catherine is graduating summa cum laude. Dr. Marissa Davis. Marissa is graduating summa cum laude. Dr. Emily Klink. Emily is graduating magna cum laude.
While in the program, Emily published a peer-reviewed manuscript titled Psychosocial Impact of COVID-19 on Female Youth Competitive Cheerleaders in the Sport Journal. Dr. Madeline Patrick Arini. Madeline is graduating summa cum laude and served on the COTAD board as the Social Engagement Chairperson. Dr. Taylor Rothrock. Taylor is graduating cum laude. While in the program, Taylor presented her research titled The Lived Experiences of Health Science Graduate Students with Anxiety and Depression at the National AOTA Education Summit as a peer-reviewed research platform. Dr. Taylor Urban. Taylor is graduating summa cum laude and was a member of COTAD. Now I would like to invite Dr. Alicia Singh to the stage. Dr. Jalen Parnell. Jalen is graduating magna cum laude and served on the COTAD board as the ambassador representative. Dr. Madison O'Hara. Madison is graduating magna cum laude and served on the SOTA board as the Social Activities Chairperson. She was also a member of COTAD. Dr. Abigail Giacaruso. Abigail is graduating summa cum laude and served on the SOTA board as secretary. She was also a member of COTAD. Dr. Brooke Lefebvre. Brooke is graduating summa cum laude. While in the program, Brooke published a peer-reviewed manuscript titled The Impact of Chronic Conditions on Leisure Participation Among Community-Dwelling Older Adults in the Physical and Occupational Therapy and Geriatrics Journal. Now, I'm going to trade places with Dr. Singh so I can present the pens and cords to my own advisees.
All right, so Dr. Mackenzie Bolin is graduating summa cum laude to serve, she served on the SOTA board as the North Carolina OT Association liaison. And on the COTAB board as a professional development chairperson. While in the program, Mackenzie also published a peer-reviewed manuscript in the Open Journal of Occupational Therapy titled Sleep in the Intensive Care Unit, an overlooked opportunity for occupational therapists to fill a gap in healthcare service. Dr. Katriana Ennis is graduating summa cum laude and served on the SOTA board as a servant leadership chairperson. She was also a member of COTAD. While in the program, Kate published a peer-reviewed manuscript titled Psychosocial Impact of COVID-19 on Female Youth Competitive Cheerleaders in the Sport Journal. Dr. Atlee Miller is graduating summa cum laude and served as the first ever SOTA president. At last night's capstone dissemination event, Atlee received an outstanding poster recognition. Dr. Mackenzie Muse is graduating summa cum laude and served on the SOTA board as the COTAD founding co-chairperson. Mackenzie was also selected to be a Charlotte Area Health Education Center Scholar. While in the program, Mackenzie presented her research titled The Lived Experiences of Health Science Graduate Students with Anxiety and Depression at the National AOTA Education Summit as a peer-reviewed research platform. Dr. Kelly Turner is graduating magna cum laude. At last night's capstone dissemination event, Kelly received an outstanding poster recognition. Dr. Ashton Williams is graduating summa cum laude. While in the program, Ashton presented her research titled The Lived Experiences of Health Science Graduate Students with Anxiety and Depression at the National AOTA Education Summit as a peer-reviewed research platform.
Okay, now we have a very exciting part of tonight as we got to create some awards for the very first time. So students, if I call your name, please come up to the stage to accept your award. The first award we're going to present is the OTD Leadership Award. This award is presented to the graduate who demonstrates significant acts of leadership that promote the common good while creating opportunities to serve the needs of others, build a sense of community, and inspire others to become servant leaders. We are pleased to present this award to Dr. Jalen Parnell. Next, we have the OTD Student Service Award. This award is presented to the graduate whose commitment to serving others through their time, actions, and dedication positively impacts the profession of occupational therapy, Wingate University, and the community. We are pleased to present this award to Dr. Leah Ronner. so sorry. Next is the OTD Scholarship Award. This award is presented to the graduate who exemplifies the role of a scholar through a commitment to the production and dissemination of scholarly works, such as publications and presentations to a local, regional, national, or international audience that contribute to the profession of occupational therapy's body of knowledge. We are pleased to present this award to Dr. Mackenzie Bolin. All right, the OTD Outstanding Fieldwork Student Award is presented to the graduate who exemplifies outstanding professional growth and clinical skill performance across the course of their Level 2 fieldwork experience, and whose performance reflects extraordinary efforts toward high-level clinical reasoning and decision-making, team collaboration, verbal and written communication, and strong professional and client relationships that result in positive clinical outcomes. We are pleased to present this award to Dr. Savannah Ange. The OTD Outstanding Doctoral Capstone Student Award is presented to the graduate who demonstrates outstanding critical thinking and servant leadership during their culminating capstone experience with the creation of an exemplary project with distinct value to the community site and the field of occupational therapy. We are pleased to present this award to Dr. Melanie Smith. So we also have 2 awards to present to community members who made a significant impact on our students. The Outstanding Fieldwork Educator Award is presented to a clinician who exemplifies extraordinary effort in providing the student with high-quality clinical experience that reflects evidence-based practice, provides exceptional mentorship to the student with respect to their learning style and skill level, maintains clear and consistent communication with regard to expectations with constructive feedback, and seeks to provide other learning opportunities above and beyond. We are pleased to present this award to Michelle Molina, who works for Atrium Health at Carolinas Medical Center and served as the clinical fieldwork educator for Mackenzie Bolin. Michelle is unable to be with us tonight, so Mackenzie will accept the award on her behalf. Sorry, I'm not very good at this still. You'd think being a teacher, I'd get the hang of the PowerPoint. And so the Outstanding Capstone Site Mentor Award is presented to a mentor who provides exemplary guidance to a student throughout their capstone process, creates meaningful opportunities to further the student's advanced learning, and strives to foster a collaborative, supportive environment to build a capstone project that is mutually beneficial to the community site and students' learning. We are pleased to present this award to Joy Simon, who works for Mighty Riders. Joy served as the capstone site mentor for Janelle Murgowski, who will be accepting the award on her behalf. So congratulations to everyone. Now I would like to invite Mackenzie Boland to the stage for a presentation on behalf of the class of 2022. When you're ready, just hit the green button.
Over the past 3 years, Cohort 1 has shared a lot of memories, and so we thought that it was only fitting that we get to show a few of the memories that were appropriate for this evening. So 3 years ago, the photo that was on the screen of the champagne toast is how the 5 original faculty members that were on campus celebrated when we finished our orientation. And as we said through the video, we really couldn't have made it through the last 3 years and a global pandemic and Zoom school if it weren't for all of our faculty and staff. And so I thought that it was only fitting that tonight you get to celebrate with a champagne toast. But we have not 1, but 2 bottles because our faculty and staff team have grown so much and it only seems fitting. Thank you all so much. And it's the best champagne that a grad student budget can buy.
Thank you so much. I think we're gonna enjoy this. She's right. It's funny because on the and of course my boss and my boss's boss are sitting in here. The very first day of this first cohort's orientation, I sneaked a little something into my office. And when everybody left, I called all the faculty in and we did a champagne toast for the first day of our first cohort. And then I framed that picture. We took a picture of the toast and I framed it, and all of us have it in our offices. And so we will have another photo to bookend that first day. So thank you guys so much. That you got me crying again. So now we have come to the final portion of our ceremony tonight, which is the recitation of the Pledge and Creed for Occupational Therapists. The Pledge and Creed was adopted by our profession in 1926 and is the precursor to today's Code of Ethics. You'll notice that the language has not been updated, and it reflects the terminology commonly used in the 1920s. I would like to invite the graduating class of 2022, the OTD faculty, and any other occupational therapy students or practitioners in the room to please stand as we pledge and renew our pledge to the commitment of service as occupational therapy practitioners. You will find the pledge printed on the back of your program. Please read aloud with me. Reverently and earnestly do I pledge my wholehearted service in aiding those crippled in mind and body, to this end that my work for the sick may be successful. I will ever strive for greater knowledge, skill, and understanding in the discharge of my duties in whatsoever position I may find myself. I solemnly declare that I will hold and keep inviolate whatever I may learn of the lives of the sick. I acknowledge the dignity of the cure of disease and the safeguarding of health in which no act is menial or inglorious. I will walk in upright faithfulness and obedience to those under whose guidance I am to work, and I pray for patience, kindness, and strength in the holy ministry to broken minds and bodies. You may be seated. So, as we close this ceremony, making history as the first ever graduating class of the Wingate University Doctor of Occupational Therapy program, I would just like to say on behalf of the faculty and staff, thank you. Thank you to the students for taking a chance on us and placing your faith in our ability to provide you with a stellar education, even though we were not accredited and we did not have a track record as a proven department. Thank you to the family and friends who have supported these students through the past 3 years. There were major life events, super stressful assignments, and moments when the good old imposter syndrome reared its head. I can confidently say that without a solid support system, these students would have had a much different experience. I'd like to say thank you to President Brown, Provost Frederick, Dr. Schneider, and all of the administration at Wingate University for your unwavering support of our program. We are grateful every single day that we are part of a university that is led by such good people who also happen to be amazing leaders. Lastly, I need to say a huge thank you to our faculty and staff. and now I'm going to puddle into just a mess. Not only are you brilliant, you are highly talented clinicians and highly talented educators, but you are simply just being part of the OT family. It just makes every day a good day. I also have to thank you personally because you've been the best team I have ever worked with in my entire career. You have supported me and all my crazy ideas, even when I didn't think it was possible to be more stressed. You made me laugh, and you made work so much fun. 5 years in, and I truly love coming to work every single day because of you all. It is such an honor to be your leader, but it's the biggest honor to be your friend. So, before I just continue to fall apart up here, let's go celebrate. I'd like to invite you all to join us in the rotunda just beyond the doors for some refreshments. Students, if you'll remain in your seat for just a minute, we'll do one more group photo, and then we'll join our friends and our family for some refreshments. So thank you all for being here.